Hey boys and girls, it's Miss Mary from Decatur Public Library, and we have a new project going these days. We're going to try a few weeks of something called Kids Do Try This at Home. You know, you hear a lot of people on TV saying, don't try this stunt at home, you might get hurt, or only do this if you have an adult present. But we're going to be making some science experiments, some STEM activities over the next few weeks that are strictly made with things you have at home, and pretty much all of them are going to be safe as long as you ask mom and dad for permission to use the things that you need from around your house. I'm so glad you joined me today. We want you to experience science, and today we're going to be doing things from a book called Spy Science by Jim Weiss. We have it here at Decatur Public Library, so if you enjoy what we tried, come check out the book. You might want to do some other activities that are in the book and learn how spies behave. Now, I think of a spy as doing a lot of exciting things. They also do boring things, just like every job, just like at school. Your day is not always fun. Sometimes you have to do schoolwork. So we're going to see something that's kind of fun that a spy might do. We're going to write secret messages today with things that you have in your kitchen. First thing we're going to try is lemon juice. And I've already poured some up in a glass. You're going to need several things for our experiments today. You're going to want to have at least 1/4 of a cup of whole milk. Now, the reason you want whole milk is because 1% or 2% or even skim milk don't have much fat, if any. And we're going to need the fat from the milk to actually make this trick work. I actually didn't have regular milk. I use almond milk at my house, so I used heavy whipping cream, and it works perfectly because there's a lot of fat in heavy whipping cream. You're going to need a small jar or glass and some cotton swabs like you clean your ears with. You're going to need a pencil. Any kind of regular lead pencil will work. And you're going to need some sandpaper, maybe like Dad uses to fix some woodworking he's doing around the house. You're going to need white paper, and it can be big or it can be small. I'm just using small pieces. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of lemon juice also. And you're going to need a lamp or a hair dryer or something that puts out just a little bit of heat. We don't want you to burn yourself. And please ask an adult to help you plug things in when you get ready to do this trick. All right, the first thing we're going to do is dip a cotton swab in our lemon juice, and we're going to write something. I am just writing the word hi. And you may want to re-dip your cotton swab more than once to make sure you get lots and lots of lemon juice. Now, the reason this trick works is because there is a lot of carbon in fruit juices and lots of other liquids. Carbon is in all living things. And when it gets heated, the carbon-containing molecules in the lemon juice have a chemical reaction. They actually heat up to the point that they turn brown. The carbon starts appearing. And what you're going to do, once you write on that paper, you're going to get a lamp or something else, and you're going to heat the paper. I already heated another piece of paper, and I can see the word hi written on this paper. I let it dry. I heated it up, and you can see that if you're up close to it. So I want you to try using an acid-based liquid like lemon juice or lime juice or orange juice or vinegar. Take your pick and see if you can't make secret writing that only appears when you heat it up. Now, another thing you may see at home that turns brown besides lemon juice when you heat it up, when you put bread in the oven or the toaster to make toast, carbon is appearing in it when it turns brown also. The carbon-containing molecules in the bread turn brown or black also, just like our lemon juice did today. And we're going to try another way of secret writing. We're going to take our cream or milk, whatever you have at home, and we're going to put it on a cotton swab also. And we're going to write something. I just drew a snowflake. It is wintertime, so what better to show it's wintertime than a snowflake? And you may want to wipe off your paper a little bit to help it dry, but you want to make sure you got a good coating of milk on that paper. And wait until it dries to actually try this. what you're going to do is take some of your sandpaper out of the package and scrub it on the pencil, or scrub the pencil on the sandpaper, whichever works for you. And boys and girls, all that fat that's in the milk is going to cause the graphite from the pencil lead to stick to it. Now, the graphite pencil lead particles will not stick to the rest of the paper, only to the fat in the milk. Now, that one that I did just now was not dry. I did not wait for it to dry. So I'm going to show you one that I already made before we got started. You can see that you had a surprise. It actually shows up really nice and dark with our tricky writing that we did. But if you just gave your mom the piece of paper before you put the graphite pencil shavings on it, she wouldn't know what it had on it. Once you let it dry, it's pretty invisible, because those carbon molecules in lemon juice or milk don't really show a whole lot while they're cool, only when they have that chemical reaction. All right, boys and girls, I want to mention to you, we're going to be noting a famous scientist every week while we're doing these little STEM experiences. And today we're going to talk about someone who's from Alabama. He wasn't born in Alabama, but he lived here for a lot of his life. His name is George Washington Carver. He was such a great scientist. He improved peanut butter so that it's more like what we eat today. He invented hundreds of things to be made from simple vegetables out of the garden, and that helped farmers so much. He caused a lot of poor farmers to have a better life, but he didn't start off as a famous scientist. He actually started off as a little slave, and he was even kidnapped when he was a baby, and then he was a very sickly child. That's probably one reason he became so fascinated at working with plants, because he had a lot of time to spare when he was a little sickly boy. And I think if you read this book, you would be as interested in him as I am. He's actually probably my favorite hero in the world. Not Superman, not Captain America, but George Washington Carver. I think he was a great man. Now, next week, we're going to try even more colorful writing, sort of like what you might want to use to send out sort of a secretive birthday party invitation or something. And we're also, the following week, going to make a colorful fountain in a bottle. So if you have a glass Coke bottle or something on hand, get that out and be ready for a couple of weeks from now. Thanks for joining me today. And if you'd like to find more books about science, please come see us at Decatur Public Library. Bye-bye.